diving into Shedeur Sanders tape. What stands out to you when you turn on Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes?
Shedeur's a very clean passer, very accurate passer. Pat Shurmur is his offensive coordinator.
Yep.
A lot of shallow crosses, a lot of the NFL type plays. The intermediate stuff, when everything is there, the check wides, the shallow crosses, the out routes, the RPOs, this guy excels at. He's got great accuracy.
I mean, basically 75% completion percentage last
I would
year.
rather have been 68% and not taking so many sacks, Shedeur. I mean, we're not taking 20-yard sacks.
So many sacks.
But let's talk about what he can do. He can throw the football between 10 and 35, 40 yards very accurately. So the quick game, the RPO game, the play action game, the bootleg game, outside the pocket. He's not an overly great athlete like his father was, but he has skill where he can get outside the pocket and hurt you. He's got enough arm, plenty of arm, but it's not like overwhelmingly, holy cow, he can rip it. That's not his style. He's more of an anticipation, accurate type guy. Sometimes I think he thinks his arm is better than it is, and he throws it downfield and it's underthrown. It's going to be intercepted a lot in the NFL. That'll get him into trouble. But he's got a lot of talent. You know, people are saying that he's too cocky. The interviews say he came out too cocky. I heard his coach said he was too cocky too. Didn't you hear that?
Shurmur?
No.
His dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody's going to be cocky, it's Deion Sanders' kid.
That's right.
And that's nothing wrong with that. He's got great confidence. You want your quarterback to be confident.
For sure.
You want him to have that aura of, I can do anything. For the negative things people are saying, it's obviously his arm talent, and he probably comes across a little too cocky. He's made a lot of money already. You know, that's the other thing. But from when you're just grading him as a quarterback, you like a lot of things that he does with his arm. He's got very accurate, quick arm as well. Jackson State, man, I was very impressed with him. I remember watching I was curious about Jackson State and Deion and his kid. I was like, how good can they be?
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Yeah,
and he
right.
goes to Colorado, and he continues to have a lot of success, and he's got a hell of a receiver, Travis Hunter. He made a lot of plays for him.
He had a few. I like a couple of those
Horn's
receivers.
pretty good
Horn's
too.
Yeah.
You got to like him. You know, how high is he going to go? That's the whole question. I mean, it's going to be tough call for somebody. Somebody's going to pull the trigger and be happy they did, and other teams are going to be like, I'd rather just play against him. Let's go draft the tackle. Let's go draft the defensive end. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes. I can see him fall in the second or third round. I can see him getting taken in the top 10.
Quarterbacks are getting drafted higher and higher than what people think every year. So I don't think he's going to drop out of the first round. But I would say the thing that jumps out to me the most, if I'm comparing him to all the other quarterbacks, I think he's probably the most mechanically sound quarterback.
He's had good coaching in his career.
His footwork, his feet are calm. He's not going to move a ton, but when he does move in the pocket, he gets his base back set up right, ready to make a good, accurate throw. And he does throw people open. Very similar to Cam Ward. When he's throwing into these windows and zone coverage, he's got good timing, good accuracy, catch and runs. His mechanics are very, very sound. The number two thing I would say about him is I like his confidence, right? He plays with a lot of confidence. And when your quarterback's playing with a lot of confidence, the guys around you are playing with a lot of confidence. His receivers were always trying to get open. When you watch this tape, every receiver out there is hauling to find us because everybody's eligible. You know the progression, but those guys know everybody's eligible. I think they played a ton in these just spread out 2x2 concept formations. It's either a 5-man box run. If they got 6 in the box, we're going to throw it. So it was a little bit of a simplicity thing, but they were good at it. I think his football IQ is high. I just think he's mentally sharp. I think he processes things at a pretty high level.
Yeah, he has to. My biggest knock on him is the last game of the year. He looked like he's never played football before. They were awful, and they didn't know what was going on, and he didn't have his best stuff. I don't know what it was, but when I grade a quarterback, I usually start, it's kind of weird. I start with a couple of losses first, see what happened. Then I go to the last game of the year. Then I start early in the season and just see how they're progressing. But when he played some good defenses, some of his deficiencies were showing up.
Yeah.
You know, his lack of arm talent, his ability to throw people open. Now, when he throws a quick screen to Travis Hunter, he takes it for 80 yards against Kansas. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
Or he throws a hole shot to Travis Hunter, he makes a safety miss and runs for 40 more yards. I thought he didn't play his best ball late, and that was my biggest concern. But he has a talent. There's no doubt about it. Somebody will take him.
Let's talk about these sacks. He took more sacks than anybody else. That won't translate to the NFL.
You have to understand, when you're playing quarterback, sacks are bad. They're as bad as interceptions, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not as bad as interceptions, but they take you out of drives. You have to know where you're weak, you're short in protection. That's number one. Number two, if you feel the pressure, you got to either escape or throw it away. Every now and then a sack is okay because it's the only play you can take. You know, you get surrounded and up the middle and you get corralled. There's nothing you can do. But there's a lot of times he could have done something, throw it away, and that bothers me.
Especially first, second down sacks.
Because then on second and 10 is a lot easier than second and 18.
Yeah, that's right.
Third and 15, no bueno. 3rd and 7, we can manage that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So he's got to get out of the negative plays. And I don't know if he's just not seeing it or he's just waiting for things to develop too long or he doesn't want to hurt his stats. He don't want that completion percentage to come down. Like I said before, give me 68% instead of 74%, but give me less sacks.
Let's talk about his accuracy. This guy in zone coverage has very good ball placement. He's great at leading wide receivers on these end cuts, allowing them to keep running. And then when all else fails, he has some good receivers around him, but find number 12. I mean, this dude, Travis Hunter's unbelievable.
I wish you guys would get rid of the hand clap. Did you do hand clap at Texas?
No.
You got to call snap count, man. You got to draw people off sides, man. It's just part of playing quarterback. On 2, set, hot, hot. Here comes a hand clap. That's what pro football's coming to now a lot.
Yeah.
1st, 2nd down, it's going to be inside zone, zone read, RPO, all the stuff. Try to get into 2nd and 3. I mean, Jalen Hurts didn't have to throw a lot of 3rd down and 8 passes because they had a really strong running game. They ran the RPOs. They ran the quarterback design runs, and they gave it to Saquon Barkley. Right. Hand the ball off, bootleg, RPO. That's where he's great. He's excellent at that. Now he gets into known passing situations, has to read covers downfield, throw a deep dagger like a Jared Goff dagger across the middle or a Matthew Stafford no look. He ain't ready for that now, but he can do a lot of things early in his career, can help your football team. You just got to be careful how much you put on his plate early because he's going to struggle with some of these down the field throws.
One thing I'll say about Shedeur, when you look at the quarterbacks that have come out the last couple of years, the C.J. Strouds, Caleb Williams, the Jaden Daniels, these guys that have had a good amount of success early on right away, they can move. Shedeur is not going to be one who's going to go get you yards with his legs very often. And so he has to be elite at throwing the football. And one of the reasons I do like him is because of his mechanics. He keeps his base. When he does move, the subtle movements in the pocket, you can tell he works that over and over and over. Is that going to translate like perfectly when you move to the NFL? Well, you just said it, like he's going to have to be very good at RPOs, very good at replacing linebackers, throwing bubble screens accurately. Those because he's not going to bring that added element with his legs, and that's okay.
It's when things get a little bit mucky for him. Say the safety ran over the top of that and he had to go back to his number 2 guy. He gets a little bit of his feet and then it's sack. You know what I mean? But that takes time, and I think it's going to take time for him to be really successful in the NFL. I'd love for him to sit a year or 2 and get to know the system and understand the game a little bit, work on his strength a little bit, but somebody's going to probably take him and have to play him year 1. I don't think he'll be ready.
When you watch Shedeur's tape, there's so many 35-yard, perfectly thrown slot fades or go balls. Like, everybody can make that throw. He's just going to have to be an elite thrower of the football when he gets to the NFL because there's not the added element that some of these other guys bring to the table.
I think he is an elite thrower of the football within 20, 25 yards. I really do. And everything's clean. I mean, playing catch, you'd probably want him. If you're throwing at a target, you probably want him. He's very, very good. It's just when things get a little bit mucky and you take away one guy, then his feet get all messed up and he has to move around. And not the most athletic guy, like I said before. He's got enough talent to be, first, second rounder, but he's got a lot of things he needs to work on for sure. The negative plays, right? That's number 1. And number 2 is arm strength. Number 3, just seeing defenses and understanding progressions and getting the ball out in zone coverages. Like I said before, last game here, I think it was BYU. It was a bloodbath. They didn't play their best ball game, and their running game was non-existent there against them. They became one-dimensional, and sometimes when you become one-dimensional, you like to see your quarterback rise everybody, make everybody better around you. That didn't happen for them in that game, but that's going to be what he has to do.
Do you think he's the number 2 quarterback off the board?
I don't think so, no. There's 32 teams. All it takes is one team to like him. A lot of teams are dying for a quarterback. You got to get a quarterback. You see what Jaden Daniels' impact had on the Washington Commanders, C.J. Stroud on the Houston Texans, and the list goes on and on. Mahomes and Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. I mean, when you have that guy, you have a chance to win every game, and everybody is searching for that guy if they don't have him. There's 9 or 10 teams that I can count right now that are looking for a guy. So for sure, this guy would be in the conversation and draft day. Hey, we don't really have a quarterback. You want to take a shot with the Shedeur Sanders guy? Sure, let's do it. We'll take Shedeur. He's got enough talent to warrant the first-round pick. He just got to rein in some of his mistakes and get better. And that's all these young kids. That's the way it is.
It's really going to come down to like who likes who. But I see the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th quarterbacks all kind of right there together. I think Cam Ward has kind of separated himself. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jackson Dart or if it's your boy Tyler Shuck. And Shedeur may drop to the 3rd or 4th or 5th quarterback taken. But I could also see somebody watching his tape and seeing the big time throws in zone. He's good versus man. He anticipates things. Like I like him.
You look at J.J. McCarthy last year. Nobody really knew he was drafted high, and this guy's just as accurate as J.J. McCarthy, right?
For sure.
And he's probably just
as accurate as Bo Nix.
We'll wait and see, but he's got the talent. So that's number one. Does he have a talent? Does he have a skill set? Does he have something you like about him? A demeanor, the confidence, the poise,
confidence. You got to like.
You got to have some kind of something you can just dive into to really take this guy. And I think he has enough to. Somebody's going to take him.
All right. If you like these player breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to Clean Pocket. We'll be ready to cover everything for the 2025 NFL Draft. So drop a comment below. Where do you see Shedeur Sanders going in the draft? Let us know.
Spice up your sports viewing experience with the Underdog app. Underdog is the best place to play. Pick 'em on all of your favorite sports. Just choose higher or lower on your favorite players' stats, and you can join the millions of fans who have won billions of dollars on Underdog. What are you waiting for? Sign up now using promo code POCKET. That's POCKET, and you can get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Download the Underdog app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com to get started today.